Hey, welcome to Brighter Rays. This week we're looking at Proverbs 2:21 through 22. This is called the blessing of seeking wisdom. Now, we have heard Solomon's careful instruction to his son to hear the crying out of wisdom. That is what Solomon was saying. Listen to me. So he's supposed to listen to the crying out of wisdom. He's supposed to have an ear attuned to what wisdom says. The son should then turn and ask for insight and understanding. Not only does he ask, but he is also to seek it out. So he's not just merely talking about it. He's really looking for it, like silver or like a treasure. Now, Solomon promised that if his son would seek, he would find the fear of the Lord. He would find God. Now, wisdom leads right to God and knowing Him. Why? Because God gives wisdom. He has stored it up for those who are upright. He gives wisdom as a shield to guard. God, with His wisdom, would watch over Solomon's son. But there are those that don't seek wisdom. There are men that are evil and have perverse speech. There are evil women that use smooth words. Both of them are destined to destruction, as he talks about. Yet there is the promise that God's wisdom would lead the son to a different path, a path of goodness, a way of righteousness, a way of goodness. This is the path that Solomon wants his son to choose. This is the path of life. Now, Solomon has one more thing that he wants to add on to this instruction on wisdom before he starts a new line of argumentation on wisdom in chapter 3. In case his son has not listened to what he says or has failed to penetrate his heart, he ends with the motivation as to why he ought to seek wisdom. Solomon gives his son the promise of blessing for those who walk in wisdom. But he also gives him the threat of warning if he chooses to reject it. So these two things combined together, the promise of something good and the warning of rejecting that, are both a motivation to seek after wisdom. And hopefully one of these two would bring him to the place of wanting wisdom and to seeking after it, and then in turn seeking after life. That's what Solomon is ultimately hoping for, right? He wants his son to find life and to have it abundantly. So that's what we're talking about this week. This is the introduction, and the next time we'll begin to look at the promise of blessing.